What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Coming at you live from the Bone Zone studio, also known as my room. Now, it's been a long time, maybe even like 50 years since I sat down and made one of these. Now, you're thinking to yourself, why, Ken, why haven't you made any of these? I sort of just do this as a hobby, a mixture of that and school. I just have no time to make them, and when I mean that, I mean I have 3 hours every day to make them, and instead I play Battlefield 1 and 5 instead. So I hope that clears some stuff up for you folks. Today on Bone Zone, I've got a very special topic. While my first Bone Zone was just a sort of conglomeration of me running my mouth, not knowing what I'm doing. We're gonna go with King Boo today, because I got a little mod over him. Got a little special mod over my boy King Boo. Today, we're going to be talking about a specific topic. I did promise folks in the CTGP track testing server that I was going to talk about something in particular, and that something is going to be ska music. But before I really do any of that, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Cobalt for that Twitter post you made recently. That was pretty funny, and it got me like 3 followers. So you're basically a certified legend for that, dude. We played this cup, the Weem Cup or whatever, the first episode, and I plan on going sort of like up, down, you know what I mean? So we're going to start with 39 days, but today on our little ska music journey, I've been listening to a lot of this stuff recently. I've been listening to a lot of the stuff, and I have a playlist of it. You may know it as the music found in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series of games. There was no intro camera there. But for the most part, I think it's the best genre of music in my personal opinion. It's just really fun, really jumpy. There's a lot going on. Now, the first ever ska song I listened to, oh my god, this track looks abysmal. No offense to its creator. Oh my god! What? The best part about the genre, and this is horrible, is just the overall jumpiness of it. The energy of ska is hard to replicate in any other music genre. The first ska song I ever listened to, I remember it was years ago. I was like 12 at the time. And I was playing one of them rock band or garage band type games. And a song by a group called, I didn't know what the group was called. All I remember was the lyric, "Where'd you go?" And I looked it up. I remembered it years later on a ride to school, because I get driven to school. And I remembered the lyric. And what ended up happening is I just typed it into my phone, and I got a group. I kept looking because there are a million songs with that title. I got a group named the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and they are one of the bigger ska groups out there. And I was completely hooked on the genre. I'm like, I need more music like this. So I've just been listening to it for months now. Excuse the gameplay. This track is almost as bad as my commentary. Almost. I would be ashamed if I was behind something like this. No offense to whoever is behind this. I don't understand this track at all. I really don't. I don't know what it's themed after. I don't know what's going on here. It might be an early track, so I really can't criticize it too badly. I mean, because there are some creators who they make bad tracks first and then go on to make some pretty decent ones. And no creator's early tracks are really that good unless you're like putting months and months and months of effort into your first track and you refuse to release it until it's absolutely the best it can be. In which case, totally, by all means do that. It gives us better tracks. I'd rather release more good tracks than bad tracks, but sometimes you can't get to good tracks unless you're releasing bad tracks. But back to ska. I have a little playlist on my phone of ska songs I really like. It has like 18 songs in it right now, so that's like, what, an hour or something worth of ska? The first song in it, I intentionally made the first song, and this is awful. My freaking blue shell dodge is gone. It's a song, and it's kind of ironic. My first ska song is a song called Ska Sucks. That one it's by a group called Propaganda. They're actually a punk group. I mean, ska and punk have a lot of correlations between them. There's a lot of merging of the genre between ska and punk. But Ska Sucks is by Propaganda, and it is a song that, as the title implies, takes a dig at the entire ska genre. It's definitely a joking dig. I mean, the song straight up references A Message to You, Rudy, I think by the Specials. So overall, it's a very fun, it's definitely like the ska anthem to me. I am a huge, massive fan of it. And there's some covers of it by other groups, like Against All Authority, and I'm not making this up, a group called Big D and the Kids Table. I think this man needs to be investigated, and if you're watching this video, Mr. Big D and the Kids Table member, please don't sue me. I am just a lone child making YouTube videos. Now, another group that I really like is a group called Real Big Fish. They were a huge group. Back when, because ska was more like an 80s, 90s genre, right? And it kind of was, it was never huge, but it was definitely there. Oh, is that bonefish? That looks pretty cool. I remember I first heard Real Big Fish in I didn't hear one of their hit songs at first. I didn't. I heard a song called We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful. Now, when I listened to We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful, I realized that this is actually a cover of the song. I forgot who the original guy behind it is. But I do know that it is a cover, and I really liked it. I listened to the original later, and I'm like, this is terrible. But I listened to their cover, and it has so much energy. It's so aggressive, very jumpy, low. Things I've already said before. The genre overall is a very consistent one, which means that if you like one ska song, there's a very high likelihood you can like other songs in it too. It's not like a very picky genre where you can just be like, oh, I only like this one ska song. There's always the chance that it's like that, and my banana just destroyed the green shell. But for overall, I think it's a genre where it's like, that stuff's possible. Don't get me wrong, it's always possible for things like that to happen. But it's definitely just for me, it's a very consistent genre for a guy who's very picky with his music. Real Big Fish has some other good ones, like Sell Out, which is just a song about, I believe, just people selling out to record companies. They have Beer. That was a pretty big ska song. Beer. They have an entire Christmas album, me and my buddy figured out. They have like a whole Christmas album. And any band that has a Christmas album automatically becomes cooler, just overall. I've got a lead. And this is totally not because I'm playing on easy, it's because I'm good at the game. It's the Wii Wheel, dude. It's the Wii Wheel that makes me good at the game. That's the secret. Your Cobalt would know. Shout out to the homie Cobalt. He's goated. Yeah. Also, if anyone has music pack suggestions, I will happily do music packs that people suggest in the comments, or preferably on my Discord if you know me there, or you can just, send me them or something. I will install them. I'll do a little test run. Please, nothing obscene, because I don't want to listen to freaking hentai music while I'm playing my Mario Kart. Thank you. But I would rather listen to ska. I wonder if I can get someone to make the Mario Kart Wii ska music pack. I'd have to find 32 ska songs, and that would be very difficult. Because I don't know 32 ska songs off the top of my head. Maybe I could do like a ska classic rock, fusion of songs. I think that's a very well possible thing. Because anytime you see like rock music packs for Mario Kart Wii, it's by bands like that you see on like High Octane Radio. Band with a name that no one knows about and no one's heard about. And I'm like, okay, dude. I remember Mario Power 55 as like a rap music pack for Mario Kart Wii. You're like, it's cool and all. I love his videos. Videos are awesome. He's a really good YouTuber. But one of the ones that really got me was this, I think it was over DK Bowden. He had EXO Tour Life by Lil Uzi. That was just something I wasn't prepared to listen to, because all I can hear is this really sad kind of song about, like, a little sad Lil Uzi song. And all I hear is Funky Kong going, yasha! Over all of it. I mean, it's just not natural to think of things like that. Mankind wasn't meant to be listening to songs like that. But, that's just how it is. But back to ska. Now, as I brought up earlier, the Mighty Mighty Bosstones are a pretty huge group in the genre overall. They're a pretty big group, right? And I say right quite a bit because I have no idea how to commentate. But they had a huge hit. The Impression That I Get. It's probably been featured in 50. Ska is the genre where, I know I'm going completely off course here, but the best way I can describe it, it's the genre that you see in the Disney XD movie where the kid wakes up, realizes he's late to school, and that's the music that plays as he goes to school on his skateboard. That's the best way I can describe the entire genre. Now, Bosstones have a song named The Impression That I Get. And it's in this thing where I'm gonna mention that ska has a lot of horns in it, like a lot of trumpets, trombones, sometimes a sax, you know. So it really leads to a sound that's unlike any other type of rock, because it's basically got an entirely new form of instrument introduced into it. Which, I mean, that's just incredible. And that Toadette is having a bad day. She doesn't know where she's going. She's confused. She's looking for the ska music. Oh my goodness! I can't see what's going on here. This track is confusing. Nice, though. It's a bit nice. Most people are very picky with their tracks nowadays. Like, CTGP track testing server, they tear them apart. Really, they have to abide by quality standards as part of the testing thing. But I can't imagine half the tracks they're playing saying, this track is bad. I hold it by such high standards. No offense to those guys, of course. It's an opinion, and everyone's allowed to have their opinion. Except for Carp. Because Carp just hasn't accepted my friend request. That I never sent him. But he should be the one sending me friend requests. Hashtag Carp send Kenbone friend requests, right? Hashtag change all the music at CTGP to ska music. I really want to tell the ska edition, but I always talk myself into circles and end up going completely off topic. But nothing can stop me. Nothing will stop me. So, some other... my favorite song right now is a ska song. And I can't believe that there will be someone out there who is surprised by that. What? Your favorite genre has your favorite song in it? I used to love Blue Oyster Cult's song, Don't Fear the Reaper, and I still do. I think it's one of the greatest songs ever written. But there is a song by a group called Less Than Jake. Are you serious right now? Another one? A group called Less Than Jake, and it's called All My Best Friends Are Metalheads. That song is just better than it has any right to be from a group like that. There's no reason why it should be that much of a bop. Because the song is a complete, utter bop. It is beautiful all the way through. It's so fun, it's so energetic. This is the type of song I want to play at like a party or something like that. When someone gives me the aux chord, I play ska. And this isn't like a joke, because I have been past the aux before, and I'm like bumping like freaking Real Big Fish, I'm blasting Mighty My Bosstones. And this is where I'm going to bring out my my secret, right? My little secret here. I did this hilarious thing called using Wikipedia to find ska bands. You're thinking to yourself, what the hell do you mean by that? Well, I found out that Wikipedia just has every band name ever on it. Like, your uncle's college band probably is on Wikipedia in some way or another. Now, I look up list of ska musicians, and I'm listening to the third wave of ska, like the 80s, 90s stuff, where it started to really merge with punk, and it went away from jazz, went to punk, and but the jazz influences are still there, right? Now, I do that, and I find really obscure groups like the Bruce Lee Band. They have a really good song called Diana. Area 7, they have a great song called Unsung Hero. Abe Abbott Raceway? Who is Abe Abbott? Maybe he's like fiction. I probably sound like a stupid guy right now, because he turns out he's some like famous guy or something. In the comments below, tell me who Abe Abbott is. I hate YouTubers who say in the comments below, right? Because where the hell are the comments? Like, is there like some dude who's modding his YouTube to have the comments above the video or some crap? But like, that's like one guy. If YouTube ever makes the comments above the video, half of the YouTube videos on the platform are just, they're now like, they sound crazy. Kids are gonna grow up like, actually the comments are above the video. Actually, it's not ska punk, it's just ska. There's a big difference. Man, shut up. Do they not have speed mods and CPUs? Admittedly, I hate it. CTGP used to have some issues where some of the CPUs would have speed mods on them, and you couldn't beat them. But you wouldn't get it. I never understood why that happened in some instances. They never really explained that. I mean, admittedly, when I started playing CTGP, you still had some weird tracks in there, like, I don't know. I forget, but you get what I mean if you've ever played CTGP, that they had some weird track choices in there at the time, because that was all that was there. Like, District 65, that track was terrible. I think it was 65 was the number. But as CTGP grew, the thing, so yeah, first place on everything. Totally not because we picked easy mode. But here's the thing, my policy is a very simple policy. The real men play on easy, and if you don't play on easy, can you even consider yourself a real man? Can you even consider yourself a legend amongst legends? You're probably a loser. You may be a loser. Unlike me, who is an Omega Elite Gamer Chad, who is better than everyone. As you can tell by my, 10 subscribers and the 5 likes I'm gonna get on this video, all from people who I sent it to myself to promote it. So, overall, I'm just a legend, right? And I'm like the greatest YouTuber ever, and you should totally subscribe because I upload like every 3 months, meaning that you're getting consistent content. It's technically consistent because it's every 3 months. So yeah, that's Bone Zone Episode 2, Ska Edition, out of the way. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. If there's a next one, I probably died or I'm still playing Battlefield. So, see ya.